Welcome to the HUMN 321, where we pick apart 3 bits of news. We dive into 2 questions from you guys, and we also take forward 1 thought from us into the week ahead.
So starting with our bits of news for this week, obviously we are in the middle of the open season. It's been very exciting so far. You've had the joys of doing one of the workouts.
Yeah, that first workout, I think it's still in my lungs now.
But we're going to have a look at the news that has actually come out over the last couple of days. So the winner of 24.2 last week has actually been taken off the rank of first place. Tudor Magda. He was penalised 20% penalty. Let me just check my notes.
And that was on hip extension, was it? Or there was
In the deadlift.
range of motion standards that weren't met.
And you'd think that an athlete of that caliber and someone who has done this a lot would be looking to be true to the movement standards.
I think people are pushing the lines on these things, and people are trying their hardest to move as fast as they can.
Yeah.
And sometimes those grey areas do get pushed, and whether he's mindfully gone in to really try and manipulate the movement standards, or whether he has just got caught up in the moment.
It's on the judge as well, though.
Right.
Like, you want to be judged by someone who's going to hold you to a high standard, which I think when you're an athlete with tunnel vision trying to get through a workout like that, it's quite easy to really sort of get lost in the workout and not take notice too much of your form. So on the judge as well, I think tough call for him to sort of admit. You lose out on money then, don't you? Not winning the Open. Which takes us on to the female leader. So Emily Claw won 24.2, but because she couldn't prove video evidence, won't win the prize purse. You would be so gutted.
Yeah, your phone runs out battery, your
God.
mum calls,
the
or something
iCloud link
happens.
doesn't work.
Ouch, it really
She's
has
out.
got to sting, right?
And just losing out on that prize purse, because often for athletes like this, that is a really big contribution to their annual salary. They enter these competitions to win for the money. Imagine being at that. What a wild ride that would be. But yeah, so that's pretty big news for the Open this week.
Yeah, moving away from CrossFit a little bit, HYROX are looking to get 1 million participants through their doors this year, or trying to get them out on the floor.
Which is huge. It's sort of looking at the scale of London Marathon and all of those kind of big sporting events, but the HYROX stuff seems to have just grown exponentially in such a short period of time.
What an incredible ripple effect that's going to have with those people getting involved in those things. There's super functional movements in there. It's a great test. People can go in and retest themselves, and it's similar sort of workout, different settings.
You can do it with a partner. You can do it on your own. You can do it in loads of different cities. You can go on holiday, travel
well. You can really make a bit of a trip out of it.
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
That's good.
And then our last point of news, back to the Open, Dave Castro's 24.3 announcement. What was the video? What was the clue?
So there was a clue of a dog and chicken bone or chewing
the chicken bone. Absolutely gross. The noise sends me shivers. But I think it's going to be a leg crusher is my takeaway from that.
I think with these announcements, it's a great talking point. It gets people thinking about it. It gets people really guessing. And I would love to know if anyone has ever guessed what it actually is.
I know, because you just get lost in the comment section on the video, though. And it's wild. And then you're like, they've got a point. That could be true.
Yeah. So we're excited to see what that will
entail.
So moving on to our 2 questions from you guys. First question was on the ultimate functional movement. And we've had a little debate on this, and we really have gone back and forth on this, and we sort of scaled down to 2 things, right?
Those 2 things being, well, actually, no, I think I want more of a fun answer.
Oh, you want more
I'm going to give a fun answer.
We did have thruster and burpee as ours. I was on the thruster. I think you got legs in there, you got upper body. You had burpees because you could do it anywhere.
And you'll get fit doing burpees. My friend actually holds the world record for the most in 24 hours. Shout out to Amy.
Let's go, Annie.
Imagine. Amy,
sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. But I would argue that when you're asked the ultimate functional movement, just something that you enjoy in functional fitness.
Yeah, the ultimate functional movement is ultimately something you can do
functionally.
Forever.
Bar muscle ups, baby.
Yeah. Oh, a fun one.
Yeah. See me at 90, popping up over that bar.
Yeah, I think ultimately if you're still moving and you can do those, anything is a good one to sort of stick with.
What would yours be?
I mean, I'm sticking with the thruster. I don't want to, but I feel like it's going to be that sort of like combination of lower and upper body. I think we always think about fast-paced thrusters. You can do them slowly. You could do a bit of strength work in there. I think it's got to be thruster for me.
Okay.
And you're going for bar muscle
I'm
up.
going for bar muscle up and burpees.
Super functional.
Burpee bar muscle ups, because then you get the best of everything. Hell
Nailed
yeah,
it.
baby. And then what was our second question?
It was on protein and our favourite sources or
Soy?
favourite sources to go with our protein. Mine's
Soy.
brown sauce. No, it was our so it was our favourite source of protein,
Yeah.
or our go-to source of protein. I think would be.
Yeah, I would argue. Do you know what? I think mine's probably eggs. Eggs and chicken.
100%.
Could eat them all day. Could eat them all day. So many different forms. Fried egg on top of any kind of noodle, rice, meat.
Yeah, and I think if you're 100%. I think I'm a big fan of eggs. That sort of breakfast brunch thing is I'm down for
breakfast
that. You can
burrito.
bulk up with those eggs.
Yeah,
Any
or
sort of
just have egg whites in your scramble. I mean, that's a little bit of
Yeah.
a rough ride, but you can scramble a yolk in there, make it quite exciting.
Yeah, I think the so many different ways to
Eat them, enjoy them.
take them out. I'm about to say carry them, like boil, scrambled, fried. You can't carry them around,
So
but there's
many
loads of different ways.
variations.
So I think that's a really good way to go. The other thing, I think we do talk a lot about like protein shakes and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think that can be a really nice option to up your protein within a day, but it's not something
Yeah.
you should lean on. More like
I think it depends on how you want to source your protein intake for the day. Like, they are great for someone who's trying to up it, awesome, but for someone who's trying to be mindful of what kind of chemicals they consume and where their sources of protein are coming from, I think if you are a meat eater, my personal preference is to get it from meat.
right.
But obviously, we'll have a protein shake if I've just trained and I'm not near a
Yeah.
slice of ham or a bit of chicken or an egg.
Yeah, I think I'm more leaning towards like mainly plant-based sources at the moment, just for a little bit of
Interesting.
experimentation. Yeah, and I do think if you bulk those up with the more combinations of things you can have there, so if you have chickpeas, lentils, and then you have like brown rice, and you have other things in there. But I do eat eggs and I do eat meat, but I'm trying to sort of get a few more of that. So I do feel like I need to get those protein shakes in.
I
if can
also
after
think it
training.
is easier for people on a higher intake diet. So often the case, men can eat more calorically, can't they? And so getting enough protein from those sources is kind of, you can eat more of it. Whereas if you're trying to eat in a calorie deficit or watch how much you consume, getting enough protein per value of calorie is quite tough
Yeah.
with the vegan stuff. But what do you do to tofu? Do you do tofu?
Not massive on tofu. I don't, and I'm trying not to use too many of the fake meats. But I still think, for me at the moment, eggs are the way to go. So I reckon eggs. Fine, Lancer, lock it in. I don't even need to phone a friend.
Chicken.
You're going chicken.
I'm going chicken.
Can I have your chicken's egg?
Yes.
And then you
The
can eat it
dream.
afterwards.
My
Like,
mum actually just got 5 chickens, which is very exciting.
that is exciting.
Shout out to mum's chickens.
Don't eat them all. So the last thing, our human thought, what we're going to take through to the next week, and we are thinking about all things community, aren't we? We've
Yeah.
been warm and fuzzy. We've seen all of our
The open
gyms around the country and these open Friday night lights. We've seen a lot of community. We've seen camaraderie. People, even just people judging and helping and cheering people on.
Well,
It's
that's
amazing.
it. People give up their Friday evenings just to come and support their friends. We know the workouts are going to be gnarly, but you know that you're going to have loads of people there cheering you on if you're at an affiliate or a gym that does the open workouts. I think it's a really lovely time of year for gyms to sort of get together. Most interestingly as well, the people who train in the mornings meet the people who train in the afternoons
there
and
is
the
that
evenings. There's
interesting shift.
it's like that and the Christmas party at gyms.
Yeah.
The only 2 times they cross.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? It's that bringing people together with fitness, and I think that's the beauty of things like CrossFit and HYROX. They're
Yeah.
bringing people together when they're doing
And
these
the
sorts of things.
F45s.
There's a lot of run clubs going on. There's a lot of
There are.
socialising and run clubs, but I just
There
think
are.
it'd be interesting to see, and we want to throw it back out to you guys, where you have seen this sort of community built around fitness. Do you have a club you go to you want to shout out? Do you feel like there's a lack in the area of where you are doing your fitness and there's not something social attached to it, right? And we'd love to hear what you think about that.
Yeah, definitely. Here, let us know where you feel like your community is strong, maybe where it could be stronger, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so that's our 3, 2, 1. We'd love to hear your comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, shoot us any questions you have in the comments box. But that's us. Human out.